Hey, Coach Weber here. Welcome to Attack Style Wrestling. I want to shoot a quick video because we get a lot of people that come in and they get confused or overwhelmed by all the information that we have available. So I'm going to go over our system, and I want it to make sense to you. I want to put all the pieces of the puzzle together for you. So I'm going to show you all the pieces that it takes to develop wrestlers rapidly and to have a good program, and I want to show you how they all go together and hopefully make sense for you. The ultimate goal is you want to have your wrestlers perform in matches. You want to get results on the mat. Okay, you can teach all the technique in the world, but if they can't execute those techniques in live situations, well, it's kind of pointless. Okay, and as a coach, you want to teach life lessons. You want your wrestlers to leave your program and learn the valuable life lessons that wrestling has to offer. Okay, that above anything, that's what you want. That's what you want out of the sport. So it all begins with teaching a technical system. Okay, you got to have a system in place based off of the basics and building off the basics that progresses and it makes sense for your wrestlers and that they can build off of. And as they gain experience, they know how to chain wrestle and react to the opponent's defenses. And you want to put together in a way that makes sense. That's going to help you teach, and it's going to help them to understand quickly. If you're teaching advanced holds and they don't have the basics down, you're wasting your time. If you're teaching just a bunch of random techniques, it's going to take much longer for them to understand and develop their style and start having success on the mat. So the first thing is have a system in place, start at the basics and build off of them. Okay, and then once they, as you're introducing these techniques, you want those techniques to cross over to live match instincts as fast as possible, and the bridge between those two is practice drills. Okay, and there's a couple things that fall into the practice drill category, but you want to get high intensity reps so you can start developing that muscle memory so that they don't have to think during the matches, they're just reacting. If wrestlers are thinking during matches, they're in trouble. Okay, and some things that fall into this category, some tools you can use in the practice room. There's a ton of practice drills. There's practice drills for different situations that can focus on different parts of becoming a good wrestler, and I got a ton of practice drills, but there's also sparring that kind of takes it to another level, and you're getting more of a reaction out of your partner. A lot of people call this play wrestling, where you're just going back and forth, you're giving and taking a little bit, and that develops a great feel. It develops independence. It develops each wrestler's style. They can kind of figure out what works best for them, and they start flowing and chain wrestling with their best holds. There's also live situations, which are huge, and getting techniques to cross over to match instincts. Once they've understand the technique, they're getting the reps in, you got to put them in those situations and have them go live. Start them in specific situations and keep doing it and coach through those situations until they start figuring out how to execute the techniques under a live situation, and then that will help catapult those techniques into their matches, and they'll start scoring points and winning those situations in live wrestling. Okay, and while all of this is going on every single day, you're always working on the mental aspect, building mental toughness, as a lot of people talk about, and really getting the most out of the sport. And like I said, the life lessons you can learn in wrestling, that's huge. Those are the big things: how to work hard, how to be disciplined, how to hold yourself accountable, all those good things. And by working on this, you're going to build confidence, you're going to build mental toughness, and that all comes through learning how to commit to the sport, how to commit to your training, being consistent, having a positive attitude, knowing how to set goals. This stuff is always working in the background. Every decision you make every single day helps build your mental toughness or helps tear down your mental toughness. Okay, so if you get your guys to understand this, or your wrestlers to understand this, if this is going good, this is even going more rapid. Okay, your development you're developing your program and your wrestlers much more rapidly if they understand this and they're living it. Okay, and they're working on their mental toughness every single day in these little categories. Okay, and then there's also, I call them accelerators. There's other things that are extremely important that will help accelerate your progress in your skill development and your match instincts and just basically winning matches, and that's nutrition. If you understand nutrition, how to eat properly, how to take care of your body, you feel better every day, you can train harder every day, you maintain your weight, you put on more muscle, you're stronger, you feel good. And then strength and conditioning. Having a good strength and conditioning program. If you got these two things down working for you, you're going to gain a huge advantage over most of the competition, and it's going to help all of this happen a lot faster. Okay, so this is, in a nutshell, this is the system right here. These are the pieces. This is how you put them together. And you know, we have some flagship programs like the Ultimate Wrestling System, right? That covers a technical system. It lays it all out for you. It's got tiered outlines, tells you where to start, how to progress. There's 10 DVDs, 20 hours of technique, and you can just pick and choose what level you're at, work from there. We have our skill development package that has a ton of practice drills that you can use, all kinds. It explains sparring, a lot of resources in there to help you take those techniques to live match instincts. And then there's two things. Once you get guys going, they could be the best drillers in the room. They could hit all the technique perfectly, but there's always two. If it isn't crossing over in the neutral position, because the neutral position is the most complex, if it isn't crossing over to matches, it's usually because of one of two things, or maybe both. That's setups and footwork. Usually if they're not getting takedowns and they're not scoring points in a neutral position, either their footwork is bad, they're not moving their feet, they can't penetrate, they can't lower their level, they're not moving efficiently, they're not taking the right shots, or they don't understand, or they don't have setups for their shots. Okay, so they're not able to get in there and score points and set their holds up. So we also have our setup mastery kit that covers both of these as one of our flagship offers. So, we send out a ton of free information that you can take advantage of, and we do offer some more big picture products, our flagship products, Ultimate Wrestling Systems, our Skills and Drills package, and our Setup Mastery Kit that kind of just lay it all out for you if you're looking for a more comprehensive training tool. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, shoot them over to me. I try to get back to as quickly as possible, and thanks for listening.